Hey, friends! Welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast. Come join me, your host, Nicole, for some hope filled conversations about heartfelt entertainment that makes your heart swing. Hey, Hearties! Welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast. I'm your host, Nicole, joined by my wonderful co host, Brennan, to talk about When Calls the Heart, Season 13, Episode 11 Trials and Trails and Tribulations.
It was written by Joy Gregory and directed by Kristen Lehman. The day of the long-awaited trial arrives for Bill and Nathan. Lucas contemplates his future.
This was a great episode. What were your first impressions on the penultimate episode of season 13?
I liked this episode, Nicole. I really did. I went into it not expecting a proposal, so I think that really helped going through the episode. And by the time it ended, I wasn't disappointed because I went in thinking it's probably not going to happen, but if it happens, great. And I thought a lot of the episode was written very well. The trial, I really
Yeah.
enjoyed the trial, and I didn't
Yeah.
think I would enjoy it that much. I didn't think I would really care about it as much, but I really, really did enjoy it. It drew me in, and I appreciated more of the story of Nathan planning to propose, and I loved the Henry and Christopher storyline this episode. I liked a lot of it very much.
Yes, me too. I know there are some mixed feelings about it, but I do think it was a great episode. Joy did a great job with the writing,
Mhm.
and Kristen did a great job with the directing. So well done.
Yeah. And we got some beautiful, beautiful shots. Her directing is always gorgeous.
Yes. What was your emotional takeaway from this episode? So, one word to describe it, or two.
Hmm. Hopeful.
Yeah.
I was very hopeful. This was another episode
Yeah.
that I think for me personally, it showed me we are leading up to a proposal
Hmm.
and trial is done and the verdict was stated. That was a happy
Yes.
ending. So it left me hopeful for more
Yeah.
good things to come.
Yes. I'll say pivotal and tense too, because there were some tense moments in the
There
courtroom.
sure were. There definitely were.
So, what was the heartbeat of this episode? Something that reminds you why you love this show.
Well, I just really appreciated specifically how Elizabeth, I loved that she took the time off of school to be
Yeah.
there for Nathan during the trial. I love that. She just is such a loyal partner. And I
Mhm.
mean, she said it, she's madly in love with him, which I absolutely adored.
Mhm.
And I also really loved how Minnie went to the
Mhm.
trial even without Joseph and without Cooper, and she wanted to be there for Henry. She sat by his side, and Lee was there for Rosemary. So
Mhm.
I continue to appreciate that so much that these characters, they show up for each other
Yes.
because they care and love about each other.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. They show up for each other, and even Georgie showing up for Bill.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dream team.
Yes.
Yes.
Even though she kind of had no choice because she was a part of the investigation.
That's true. We can think that she'd still show up for him
Yeah,
anyway.
for sure. So, going to Hope Valley happenings, how did the town function in this episode? I just said everyone coming together for the trial. Nathan and Bill and Georgie and Rosemary, preparing for the trial, and then the town coming together to watch the trial
Mhm.
and see the verdict come in.
Yes, I really like that too. So many folks showed up for it, and after the trial, everyone's celebrating, and it really was a community gathering. And it wasn't just everyone coming for one day.
Mhm.
It was a full room every day of the trial.
Yeah, I think it was 3 days.
Yeah.
So, who stepped up for the community or showed leadership or compassion? I think that's a given with the investigation. I said Bill, Nathan, Georgie, and Rosemary with their testimonies.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I completely agree. And I think Henry too,
I wrote that.
yeah, he showed a lot of compassion for
Mhm.
Christopher. And, Elizabeth was the one to go to him and
Mhm.
kind of ask this favor of, let's really try another way to get Christopher home. And I love the scene when he gets on the radio. So I really thought he stepped up for his
Mhm.
son. And Christopher too. Christopher coming back. I mean, that was a huge decision. I mean, that sealed the deal. So he really did a lot for the community in that moment.
Yeah, I think so too. Acts of kindness or community spirit. I wrote multiple. So Nathan picking flowers for his best girl that are her favorite. So asters are her favorite. Elizabeth taking the day off from teaching to support Nathan for the trial. You already mentioned that. That was really sweet.
Oh, sweet.
Showing up for her constable, for her Mountie.
Yes, for her man.
Yes, love that.
Me too.
Maisie helping Lucas prepare for the debate by doing a mock debate.
Yeah.
And then Elizabeth's encouragement to Lucas I thought was really sweet.
Mhm.
And Minnie and Cooper offering forgiveness to Christopher. Now, Cooper, not necessarily telling Christopher himself, but, just the feeling that he was having when he was talking to his dad.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I completely agree with all of that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many great acts of kindness or community spirit in this episode.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with what you just said. Just there's this beautiful story of forgiveness.
Hmm.
And, you know, obviously Joseph, he's still going through it and that's okay. But even for, Cooper as a young man and Minnie and Henry and even the town, most of them really embraced Christopher and kind of celebrated his homecoming. And you
Yeah.
could tell Christopher, he genuinely was apologetic and
Hmm.
wanted to do the right thing.
Yeah. Did you have any that I didn't write down that you wanted to mention?
I was going to mention Allie. She is so excited and wants to help plan
Help.
out this proposal
Hmm.
with her dad. And even her saying, okay, I'll babysit little Jack. I thought
Yeah.
that was really sweet because, it's a choice. She doesn't
Yeah.
have to, but
Yeah.
she's just so excited.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I love that first scene when she's like, I'll watch Jack.
Yeah.
You
Operation
cook dinner.
Forever and Always.
Yep.
And I totally agree with you. That opening scene of Nathan picking the flowers, that was so gorgeous.
Hmm.
Absolutely gorgeous. And I love that that was the opening scene.
Yes. And before we move on to the next segment, I just have to point out now, this went right over my head when I was watching the episode live on Sunday, but kind of right behind Nathan in the opening scene, you can see
You can?
the log that Elizabeth read the last letter from Jack, the one that Jack and Elizabeth's initials are carved into with the heart.
Oh my gosh, Nicole. Okay, I'm excited to go back and watch that because I did not notice that at all. That's amazing.
Yep, that's the log.
That's so sweet
Yeah.
that they filmed it in that same
Hmm.
area.
Yeah. And it's also where that scene from season 6 was with Elizabeth and LJ. I just want to call him Jack,
Yeah.
where he's still a baby and she's holding him. She's wearing that blue skirt.
Yes. Yes. That's a beautiful shot.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I think that was in the first episode of season 6, if I remember correctly. It was
Yeah.
the scene over the journal entry.
Yes, I think you're right. I didn't even put that together. Oh, great work, Nicole. Okay,
Thanks.
I'm excited to go back and watch that.
Maybe that's the sign.
That could be the sign. It could be. It could be. Absolutely. I'm still waiting for that blessing. Not that we need it, but I'm just
No,
curious. Like, if Jack were to give a blessing from above, what would it be?
maybe it's the log.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
That log, not the Nathan and Elizabeth log.
Yeah. That's right. We got two. Oh,
We have the Jack and Elizabeth log and then the Nathan Elizabeth log.
we do. We do. There's just something about the girl and the Mountie and these logs. It's sweet how it all goes together.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish early on in the show when Dan was still there
Yeah.
and Jack was still alive that we had actually seen the scene when they carved their initials.
Hmm. I would have loved to see that. That would have been really sweet.
Yeah, but happened off screen.
It's okay, and I just want to quickly say, like, I'm totally with you. All feelings about that are okay and
Yeah.
valid. And I understand the frustrations
Hmm.
too. I will say, like you just said, I don't think this is the first time that something in the story has happened, off screen.
Hmm.
Yes, it's frustrating, but me personally, I don't think it's just an Elizabeth Nathan thing.
Mm-mm.
They've done it with other characters too. And is it frustrating? Of course, because we want to see those moments, but I don't think it's lack of care for Elizabeth and Nathan.
No.
I really don't. I really do think that they care about this couple and they want good things for them.
Yes, agreed. I mean, I'm sure there was stuff with Jack and Elizabeth that happened off screen
Right.
that we
Yeah.
would have loved to have seen,
Mhm. Correct. I agree.
or other characters.
Mhm. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So going to our next segment, Hearts of the Valley, 2 to 3 major choices in this episode. I will let you start.
2 to 3 major choices. Oh, just a few. Well, Christopher coming back.
Yep.
That was a major choice for him. Absolutely. I think Nathan, well, he already has made the choice to
Hmm.
propose,
Yeah.
but he really tried to make it happen this
Yeah.
episode. A lot of choices. Really, I think the whole episode was about choices. Henry choosing to call out to Christopher on the radio,
Yeah.
and I'm just all of a sudden thinking about Georgie and Bill. They really made their relationship
Mhm.
public this episode. That was a choice.
Yes. Henry's reaction to that in the background, that was hilarious.
I'll have to go back and watch that. That's amazing.
He's like, okay. And then he just stands up from the bar.
And I'm out. This is about to get mushy. Oh, goodness. That's great.
So,
Yeah.
along with Christopher showing up for the trial, I also wrote Joseph not offering forgiveness to
Mhm.
Christopher. I'm not going to lie, that shocked me.
That really, really shocked me. And to be honest, I didn't catch that the first time I watched the episode because I must have been thinking about something else. And I watched it again and caught it. And that really shocked me too, because it's definitely out of Joseph's character, but it
Mm.
also is a very human thing. It's not
Mhm.
always easy to forgive right away, and it is a journey. But I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, he said as a pastor, yes,
Hmm.
he does forgive Christopher, but as a dad,
Mhm.
he just can't yet. Which, I mean, I'm not a parent,
Mhm.
but I do still understand where he could be coming from.
Hmm. Yeah, I do too. I do too. I can imagine watching your child go through this possibility of being accused and
Mm.
what that's doing to your kid emotionally. Of course, it'd be hard to just let all of that go in a moment and say, "Okay, I forgive you." It makes sense that it would be a journey and it would take some time. And I did appreciate seeing that of Joseph. I appreciate when we see these types of struggles in our characters because it makes them more relatable.
I completely agree with everything you said. So, what do you think those choices revealed about the character? So Christopher, Joseph,
Mhm.
Nathan, Henry, etc., etc.
I think going back to Joseph, like you just said, it's been a journey for him as a father of
Mm.
just wanting to protect his kid and not wanting Cooper to go through this. I think Minnie, too, going back to choices, she made the choice to go to the trial by
Yes.
herself. I just will say again, I continue to appreciate that because we've never really seen Minnie kind of do something on her own like this. And it wasn't disrespecting Joseph or Cooper at all. I really liked that conversation that Minnie and Joseph had in the cafe where she
Yeah.
said, I want to see justice served. And if it's not, I need to see that too. And so I really appreciate how she just went out on her own
Mhm.
and did this, even knowing how Joseph felt. And I think Henry is continuing to grow as a father. I think he and Christopher's relationship has really, really grown this season. And it's been amazing to see, how much they really do love each other and their relationship growing and getting closer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. So with Christopher, I think it revealed how much he has grown and how much he wants to do the right thing.
totally. Because he does. We've known that, but I really liked Nathan really called it out and really nailed it on the head when he said the only reason Christopher isn't here is because he's fearing for his life. And I think that's absolutely true. I think Christopher has always wanted to do the right thing, but he's been afraid.
Mhm. Yeah. And I'm just glad that Christopher showed up. And we will
Yes,
talk about that scene in just a few minutes.
do.
And for Nathan, with what you said, I just think it shows that he is more than ready to be a family with Elizabeth, Allie, and LJ.
Oh, he sure is.
He's
Even with
ready.
it's coming. And yes, we know he wanted to wait until after the trial to officially try and ask. I don't know why I'm doing quotes because he will. Sorry. We know he's waited till after the trial to ask her,
Hmm.
but I did love how even before the trial, right at the beginning of the episode, he's still thinking about it. He's
Hmm.
still planning it.
Yes. He's ready and she's ready. They're all ready.
Allie is so ready. She's like, "Are we done? Can we move on?"
Yes. I was about to say that the scene when she and Elizabeth are making dinner and
Yeah.
she's like, how much longer is this trial going to be so we can get back to our normal lives?
So my dad can propose and we can get you engaged. Let's go.
And she's
Yeah,
literally telling Elizabeth, let's go.
let's go. I'm ready to move on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm done with the trial already. Let's just get her done.
In that scene when Nathan and Elizabeth are walking on the boardwalk where
Mhm.
the saloon is, and she walks up behind them and she wraps her arms around both of them. That was a really sweet scene.
That was such a sweet scene.
And she's like, how much longer is this trial gonna last? Are we almost done?
Allie was all of us this episode. Just every trial scene. Okay, is this gonna be it? Is this gonna be it? Just she's representing
Yes, for
all
sure.
of the Hardys.
And Nathan is like, I don't think this is gonna be an open shut case. And she's like,
All right, if I must wait.
Hope Valley highlights. So top three scenes.
Oh, top three. Oh, goodness. I think the opening scene was a top one for me. Well, I loved the Henry radio scene. That was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I will say all the trial scenes, I know
Hmm.
that's more than three, but
Yeah.
this trial really did intrigue me. So I
Yeah.
really enjoyed all of them.
Hmm.
And I agree with you. All the Nathan and Elizabeth scenes, I know that's more than
Hmm.
three, but I really did enjoy them.
Yes, me too. So I wrote down Henry's plea to Christopher. That was really a beautiful moment. Some of the town is there. Rosemary's there. Ned is there. Lee is there. Nathan and Elizabeth are there. Lucas is there. And then some of the background actors are there as well. I just love how encouraging Henry was. And he says it's never too late to come home. That was really emotional.
Mhm. It was really emotional. And I loved when he said, oh gosh, what did he say? He said, don't ever think you're not worth love or, oh my goodness, I should have written it down.
Never think that you are undeserving of affection.
Yes, thank you so much. And I really loved how we got to see reactions from some of the other characters. We got to see Lucas's face, Lee, Nathan, Elizabeth, and they're all, I mean, it's bringing them all to tears, and that was so beautiful.
I was literally about to say that. Like when Henry says, never think you are undeserving of affection, it cuts to Lucas.
Mm,
That
mhm.
was intentional.
That was absolutely intentional. And Lucas is you you could see him getting emotional, and I thought that was very intentional. Yes, because I think he's been battling that
Yeah.
himself. Hmm.
He's thinking of Edie.
Yes.
And when Henry says, "Come home, son, it's never too late to come home," the camera cuts to Nathan and Elizabeth sharing a look. That was intentional too. They are coming home to each other as a family.
I think that was absolutely intentional. Absolutely. Yeah, the looks between Nathan and Elizabeth, there's so much intention behind their looks. They
Yeah,
all mean something.
for sure. Christopher showing up at the trial, that was a top favorite moment. I was right.
Girl, you were right. I thought of you when that happened, and I just couldn't wait to say, Nicole, it happened. So exciting. That was awesome.
We got our Clara 2.0 with Christopher.
Yes. Yes. I really liked how he brought
Yeah.
the transformer with him. Just here's the proof. I got it right here.
And I loved everyone's reactions when he came in.
hmm I did too. I did too. Just relief and shock. Yes. So good.
Yep, I think one of the first reactions we see is Elizabeth.
hmm Oh, I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah, because she's kind of on that aisle.
Yeah, she's on the end. Yeah.
So she would be one of the first people to see him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like everyone turns around.
Yeah.
And like the shock on Minnie's face, too.
hmm I love the looks that Minnie would give Henry throughout the
Yeah.
trial. She would put her hand on his arm, or just the comfort she gave him was so good.
Yeah, for sure. And isn't it ironic that both of these mic drop moments involve Henry?
That's true, they do. Yeah, that's true.
But Henry's not on the receiving end
Nope, but he's definitely
involved.
he's a factor in these mic drop moments. He's somehow involved.
Yes. Also, Nathan and Elizabeth's row house talk about LJ at the end was really sweet.
That was really sweet. I did think that was beautiful. I love those scenes with them so much.
Yes, I love the row house conversations.
Mhm. Me too. They're always just so intimate and quiet and soft, but also very powerful and
Mhm.
important. Yeah.
Yeah. I just love how they're there for each other always and supporting one another with, what's going on with their children.
I love that Elizabeth said that. She said, "You are always there for me." And it's true. He is always there for her.
Yes, it's so sweet.
Yeah.
And when she said that, heart melted. Like he is always there for her. And actually, it reminded me too of the exact same thing she told Abigail in the season 6 Christmas movie after Jack was born. When they're in the cafe, they're sitting on the sofa, and, she's wearing that blue dress, and she
Yes.
says, "You were always here for me, and I always will be."
Mm-hmm. Nicole, I'm so glad you mentioned that because I thought of that too. I thought that's what she said to Abigail.
Yes.
Foreshadow.
Hint, hint.
And she's right. Nathan and Abigail have been two of the most important
Yes.
people in her life. They have always been there for her.
Yeah. And I can't wait for Nathan and Abigail to meet on screen because technically we didn't really see it.
I can't wait to see them on screen together for real, live. And I just can't wait to see whatever their relationship will be because they'll have some sort of friendship. And
Yeah.
I know Abigail's going to be so excited. And
Yeah.
yeah, can't wait.
So some honorable mentions. Elizabeth telling Nathan she's madly in love with him. That was,
I love that so much. I would have loved if she would have just given him a little
yeah.
peck after, but the fact that she still said that was just
Yeah.
so heart melting.
Yes. So sweet.
Yeah.
And I just love, the reaction that Nathan has when she's complimenting him and saying, "I'm so glad that we have you to defend the town." so to speak. Not exactly what she said, but the same feeling.
Yes.
And then, he says, not that you're biased or anything. And that was in response to her saying that he'll do a great job with his testimony. And she says, madly in love.
Mhm. Oh, so sweet. I don't think we've ever heard her say madly in love before.
I don't think so.
I just love that she said that. That was so, so sweet.
It really was.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Nathan picking the flowers
Mhm.
in the opening scene. Nathan telling Elizabeth when he fell in love with her. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about this scene. I actually really enjoyed it. And
Mhm.
while, yes, the asters are confusing, it does make sense why they picked asters because of that being a fall flower and Nathan had to wait for them to bloom.
Mhm. Yes, I completely agree. I really enjoyed that scene too. I really enjoyed nervous Nathan when he's trying to get
Yes.
dinner ready and he's bumping into things and he does the towel whip. I thought that
Yep.
was adorable because he's so excited to try and propose and I'm thinking, of course he's nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine that he would be nervous and I love that he cooked dinner for her and he brought her her favorite flowers. And I totally agree. The Astor story, of course, I would have loved to see that play out on screen. Absolutely. But I totally agree with you that the timing of the filming, they filmed this episode in October. It's also fall in the show. So
Mm-hmm.
wanting to find an appropriate fall flower for that time, that part does
Mm-hmm.
make sense.
Yeah.
And I agree with you about when Nathan told Elizabeth when he fell in love with her.
Yeah.
That still tracks because he told her
It
that
does.
in season 12. And
Mm-hmm.
when I first saw it personally, I took it that he was telling a story. Like,
Yes.
first she skipped school, and then I
Mm-hmm.
went to the conference and he quoted Emerson. I really took that as, oh, he's telling her the timeline because all of that did happen first. It did start with
Yes.
Alex skipping school, and
Mm-hmm.
then it ended with her quoting Emerson.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. That's how I took it too.
Yes, I was about to say that. So Nathan kind of put the 2 days together. So like Allie skipped school one day, and then the next day is when they had the talk in the schoolhouse when she quoted Emerson.
Yeah. To me, it almost was like he was telling her, but almost he's thinking out loud, if that makes sense. He's thinking about these memories out loud and he's telling her, oh, when Allie skipped school. And then you quoted Emerson. It's like you can see these memories like kind of flowing through his mind. So,
Yeah. It was just really sweet hearing him say it because we didn't see that scene in season 12, episode 7, after the party as Danny and Diane.
yeah. And I would have loved to see the sleepover scene. I really wish we could have seen it.
Yeah.
But since they chose to not put that in, I'm glad that this moment was
Mhm.
written of another chance for Nathan to really tell her, this is
Mhm.
when I fell in love with you.
So sweet. And the fact you can see tears welling up in his eyes.
Mhm. In his eyes and Elizabeth too. And she
Yeah.
just looks at him and she says, oh, Nathan. I mean, she is just so in love with this man. To me, this is the season I've seen Elizabeth get the most teary-eyed looking at
Hmm.
Nathan. So many scenes this episode where she looks at Nathan and she gets tears in her eyes. I don't remember that happening so much in previous seasons.
Mm-mm.
She's been in love with him forever, but like her getting so teary-eyed, I think has happened the most this season,
Hmm.
if that makes sense.
Because Nathan has always been there for her.
Yes. And like you said earlier, she's so ready. She is so ready. And I think that's going on in her mind too, of like, oh, this might happen. And
Hmm.
I'm really emotional because I'm just so happy and excited. And I'm madly in love with you.
Yes. I mean, it will
Oh,
happen.
it will happen. And just have to shout out in this scene, Nathan's outfit,
Yeah.
chef's kiss. We got that new brown shirt. I've
Yeah.
been wanting a new brown shirt since the wood chop scene in season 7. So the fact that we got another brown shirt, thank
Yeah.
you, Barbara. You looked amazing.
And I just have to say this. Now, I am in no way trying to take away from the Jack and Elizabeth love story. I loved their love story, but I don't think that Elizabeth looked at Jack the same way that she looks at Nathan now.
Mm,
It's so much deeper with Nathan, like
mm,
a deeper kind of love.
hmm. I agree with that. I really do agree with that because I think her and Nathan,
Hmm.
they're just on another level,
Hmm.
if that makes sense. I totally agree with you, which I appreciate because this is a different man. This is a different love story. So I think how she approaches and looks at both men should be different. But
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. I think Elizabeth and Nathan's relationship has always been deeper,
Hmm.
honestly. I love Jack and
Hmm.
Elizabeth, and I love LJ,
Yeah.
but Jack and Elizabeth didn't have these types of moments and conversations
Mm-mm.
that Nathan and Elizabeth have.
Nope.
They just didn't. Literally,
No.
they just didn't. So
Mm-mm.
I agree with you. I think Elizabeth and Nathan's relationship has always been deeper.
Yeah. And I think people have said it. Jack and Elizabeth's was a first love type
Yes.
of love.
And it was beautiful and
Yes.
it was passionate and they were committed,
Yeah.
absolutely. But yes, there is a difference between the two love stories.
Yes. And Nathan and Elizabeth is a lifetime kind
Mhm.
of love.
It's absolutely a lifetime. And I think because it's established as a lifetime,
Yeah.
that has made it deeper.
Yes. And then I think the last honorable mention I'll say is Henry and Christopher's talk at the end after the trial. That was a really beautiful moment.
Mhm. Oh, I think so too. That scenery is just gorgeous. And I really liked when Christopher was talking about them going birding. I thought,
Yeah.
oh, that's so cute that they do that together. That I love
Yeah.
that. It's so adorable. In this scene, just the dialogue between Henry and Christopher, and Henry is telling Christopher, I've basically seen how far you've come and you've come a long way. And Christopher calls him dad.
It was really sweet.
I just love that this season Christopher is calling him dad. I
Hmm.
think he did eventually in season 8, but there was a while
Yeah.
that he was just calling him Henry at first. So I love that he
Hmm.
called him dad. I'm like, oh my goodness. I
It
need
was,
more of them. I really hope Christopher can
yeah.
come back in season 14.
Yes. Can Christopher come back too?
Yes, please. I really would love that. I think Christopher needs to meet Abigail. I'm like, can we get the
Yeah.
three of them together, please?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Like, if Henry and Abigail get married,
Oh,
Abigail will be his stepmom.
yes, I'm sure Abigail knows about Henry.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously she knows about Henry. I'm sure Abigail knows about Christopher. Sorry. But I would love to see Abigail and Christopher
Yeah.
officially meet if they haven't met off screen, which I
Hmm.
doubt they have. But yeah, I would love to see the two of those
Yeah.
meet.
And then what was a small moment that spoke the loudest or had the biggest impact?
A small moment, and you mentioned it earlier. I really appreciate and love this scene with Cooper and Joseph in the
Yeah.
cafe washing dishes. And, Cooper is kind of questioning his dad, in a very loving way, but he's bringing up, oh, well, you talked about this in your sermon. And, oh, Christopher chose to do the right thing. And I just really appreciate that Cooper, he doesn't have any negativity or resentment toward Christopher.
Mhm.
There's no ill will going on. And for Cooper, he's becoming this young man. And I was really impressed with his character that he was so quick to forgive, especially since he was the one going through it with Toby. So I just really appreciated that scene. And I love these father-son scenes between Viv and Elias. And Elias, he's just grown up so much. They're the same height. And we just remember him when he was just this younger boy. And I just love seeing the two of them together. And I just think, oh my goodness, Elias, he's so tall. He's a man now. And he and his dad are the same height. It's just so sweet.
Yes, it really is. For me, I wrote down the family moment before dinner when LJ talks about wanting to go with the older boys to
Mhm.
Parsons Peak, then
Yes.
Nathan offering they have a backyard camp out instead. I think it just showed they really are coming together as a family.
Yes. Oh, Nicole, I'm so glad you mentioned that because I had made note of that earlier. I completely agree. And really, just real quick, this episode, Nathan really was the leading character. He really was. He was the main character, the leading man. And I do appreciate, as much as I love Elizabeth, I do
Mhm.
appreciate so much of this season, she's kind of taken a back seat and she's really been just a support
Yeah.
and foundation for Nathan. And she was this episode, and I really appreciate just the confidence that Nathan now has with LJ, where he feels free to say, I don't know if that's the right idea for you, because he cares and loves LJ, obviously. And I really appreciated when Elizabeth said, Nathan's right. I I love that. Just, oh, yes, Nathan was just in dad mode, and he is right. Elizabeth appreciated it. And even Allie, when she said, "Oh, why don't we just have a fun night together?" They
Yeah.
just were all on the same page.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I love how Kevin was the leading man in this episode, as well as the rest of the season. It was great.
It was so great. Just all of his screen time. He really has been for a few seasons now,
Yeah.
but just that it's continuing
Hmm.
to be written and filmed that way.
Hmm.
It's just really a dream come true because
Yes.
I'd been waiting for that for so long.
Yeah.
I know there have been some things that Joy has said about how she thought Elizabeth and Nathan's story would go, but ultimately she chose not to do that. And I'm really appreciative of that. And
Hmm.
I really appreciate how, these stories with LJ, especially this one, because LJ, he's being a little rebellious. He's fighting back a little
Hmm.
bit, but it didn't cause conflict with Elizabeth and
Yeah.
Nathan. They were on the same page. Elizabeth was asking Nathan for advice and he was
Hmm.
affirming. So I appreciate how LJ hasn't been a source of conflict and
Hmm.
disconnect for them.
Yes. And I have seen or heard people say that, there should have been an argument between Nathan and Elizabeth about LJ. I think, Joy was talking about how they decided not to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm on the side that no, that would not have been the right time for an argument when they're about to get engaged.
No, no,
No.
definitely not. No, 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 no. I would have been really upset, honestly. We would have been writing at dawn for that.
Of course, we love the tension and then the makeup scenes, but that would not have been the right moment.
That would not have been the right moment. That wouldn't make sense.
Mm-mm.
It just would have felt wrong. I completely agree. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know people are upset that the proposal didn't happen in this episode, considering it was the penultimate episode. And your feelings are valid, of course. But that conversation that they had in the row house, after what happened with LJ, that would not have been the right time for a proposal. And Elizabeth knew that. She knows that he's going to propose.
Yeah, she does. Oh, she does. And yes, he did start to try, but it shows how well they know each other.
Mm.
Like you just said, Elizabeth, I think she has figured it out too. She, I think, could tell, okay, I think he's maybe going to ask her try again. And then she stops him and says, can we try again tomorrow? And then
Hmm.
Nathan kind of realizes, oh, of course, like you must be exhausted. Like it really again showed how well they know each other. Because Elizabeth said it back in season 11 when she was telling Nathan she's in love with him. They know when something is on each other's mind.
Hmm.
So I think it will be a payoff for a
Hmm.
beautiful moment when Elizabeth doesn't have, her son's troubles on her mind, when she's not tired. Yeah,
She wants the moment to be special just as much as Nathan. And like Nathan, with what happened with the polygraph, she didn't want that proposal to be after a tense moment with LJ.
correct. Yeah, absolutely. And maybe even for herself, she's
Hmm.
thinking, well, I love Nathan, but this is not how I want my proposal to be. Like, Like, let me like clean up a little bit and like, not be
No.
so tired and not be worried about my son. Yeah, right.
And I'm going to quote what Joy said in, I think it was Sarah and Joy's interview with her. It was something along the lines of she loves how Nathan takes what's coming up and turns it into what is a beautiful moment.
Hmm. Sounds like he finds his moment.
Coming up, as in the trial,
Yes.
the story with LJ in this episode.
Hmm. Yes. I appreciated that last scene when Nathan goes home to Allie. And again, Allie is all of us,
Hmm.
really. She's
Yeah.
basically saying, I hoped you were finding your moment. And then
Yeah.
she's going, oh, Dad. And that was all of us. I get it. It kind of was, oh, come on. When is this going to happen? But I do appreciate how Nathan wasn't upset. He wasn't disappointed. He
Hmm.
was like, that's okay.
Hmm.
He basically said, I'll find another moment. It'll happen. He didn't come home all angry and upset.
No.
He was very understanding.
Yeah.
And I did appreciate that.
Me too. So, quote of the episode, I wrote down two.
Oh, yes. I think my quote was, you just said it earlier when Henry was
Hmm.
calling Christopher on the radio.
He
Yeah,
says, never think that you are undeserving of affection. Not now, especially not now. Come home, son. It's never too late to come home.
I think that's my number one quote of
Yeah.
the episode.
Henry's had some great quotes this season.
Oh, Henry. This has been one of my favorite Henry
Yeah,
seasons.
for sure.
Absolutely.
And also from Maisie to Lucas, learn to love the game. And if you can't, find another game.
Mm-hmm. Her saying that could be a foreshadow of a possible shift in Lucas's career
Yeah.
life.
Yep. I'm wondering if Lucas is going to decide not to run, but Maisie runs instead.
I would like that. I would. She would be an amazing governor, and
Yes.
Lucas has done wonderful things.
Yeah.
I do think it's time for him to move on.
Hmm.
I do think it would be good to see him explore something else now.
Yeah, for sure. What that is, we don't know.
Maybe it'll be working with Edie somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have a working but also boyfriend-girlfriend
Yeah.
relationship.
Kind of like Oliver and Shane.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yes.
Equal partners in work and in life.
Correct. Correct. I think that'd be fun for
Yeah.
him. He's always been a lone wolf in his
Yeah.
work life. So having a work partner like Edie and also having her as a romantic partner, I think that could be a really good
Yeah.
story.
Maybe they'll start a law firm together. I don't know.
Well, because Edie, she has to stay in Hope Valley.
Yes, she has
So
to stay.
I totally agree with you. Something in town like that
Yeah.
would be wonderful.
Yeah. And then also, I'd say what Nathan told Elizabeth in the dinner scene when he was talking about when he realized what a beautiful person she is.
Oh, so sweet. Again, just heart melt every time he tells her how beautiful she is. Oh my goodness, I just eat it up. I love it so much.
Yes. And that's when he started getting emotional. That's when the tears started welling up in his eyes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. That was the first moment he tried and he reaches in and
Yes.
it's okay.
Yes. And she can sense it.
She can. She can. She kind of does the little, oh, what are you doing?
Yes. She does that little almost gasp.
Yes, yes, like kind of, yeah. So cute.
And then Easter eggs or callbacks. I think that is a given. Clara
Absolutely.
2.0 with Christopher.
Yes. They brought a scene like that back.
Mic drop.
Yes.
So, faith and frontier, central themes of the episode.
Well, I think there definitely was a theme of, as far as Christopher choosing to do the right thing, even if it means, I don't want to say risking your life because nothing was going to happen to Christopher,
Mhm.
but choosing to do the right thing despite fear. I think there definitely was a theme of community involvement and community care and being there to see justice served. And I think just, the theme of the Grants and the Thorntons continuing
Yeah.
to grow closer and be a family. Gosh, a theme of love and
Yeah.
a theme of, our beautiful couple of Nathan and Elizabeth moving forward because they
Yeah.
will.
Yes, they will. For me, I'd say seeking justice, the trial, the struggle for forgiveness. That's with Christopher and Canfields, specifically Christopher and Joseph.
Yes.
Crossroads, that goes along with Lucas because Lucas is at a crossroads. He's feeling a little lost in his life, like he doesn't know if he should run for governor again or take a step back and find something more meaningful, maybe.
Mhm.
And then independence, and that goes along with LJ and
Mhm.
wanting to see the world, so to speak.
I agree with all of those. Yes, absolutely.
And maybe growing pains too. We're seeing those growing pains again, not with Allie, but this time with LJ.
Mhm. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, that was definitely LJ's story this
Yeah.
episode.
I felt bad for LJ. I'm not going to lie.
Mhm. I did too. I did too, because he doesn't realize, like Elizabeth and Nathan and Allie do, that unfortunately,
He can't.
because of his diabetes, there are certain things that he can't just run off and do. And I did appreciate when he's talking to the boys in the schoolhouse about it. I just really appreciated how
Mhm.
they said, "Oh, ask your mom." I thought,
Yeah.
"Oh, what good boys."
Yeah.
The right thing to do is to have LJ ask Elizabeth.
Yeah. So, what would you say is the life lesson or message you took away from this episode?
I think the life lesson for me is just a message about not letting fear hold you back.
Mhm.
And I think that is a life struggle that many people go through in life where they feel held back or hold themselves back because they're afraid, and that's totally valid, and I get that because I've experienced that myself. But just the life message of, really, if you let fear hold you back, it really will hold you back, and you just won't experience all that life has to have, and you won't experience relationships and community and moving forward and what God has for you, because fear just really kind of just draws you inward, and it creates loneliness and separation, and we weren't meant to live that way. So I think that was a message I took away
Yeah.
from it. It's, don't let fear hold you back. Whatever that looks like. It's a journey, and you know, there's like resources and so many people,
Yeah.
that can help you along the way. That was the message that I took
Yeah.
away.
So, what you were saying that fits with Lucas. And I
Mhm.
was going to say, achieving a high status goal, such as being governor,
Yeah.
it really means nothing if it pulls you away from your true passion and the people you love. So, in other words, if you're feeling lost in whatever career you have, ask yourself why you're doing it.
Yes, absolutely. A self check-in. That's so
Yeah.
important, especially when it comes to what you want to do with your
Yeah.
life.
I mean, find that purpose. If Lucas, for example, has lost his purpose with governor, then he should find something else that means something to him.
Mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's so many more possibilities.
Yes. And it also, I think, kind of fits with Nathan and Elizabeth and LJ in the sense, Elizabeth is, being a protective mother and Nathan a protective father as well. I think this episode did a great job of also showing, you have to let those you love take risks to grow, even if it's terrifying to watch them fly.
Mm. Well said. Oh, I like how you said
Oh,
that.
thanks. And Nathan even said something along those lines, trust your instincts. You'll
Mhm.
know when he's ready to fly.
Yes, absolutely. And he's right, and he, especially, I'm sure, as a parent when it comes to your child, no one knows their child better than their
Mm.
parent. Yeah.
And then also, I think this episode had a great message of, don't hold on to grudges like we see with Joseph,
Yeah.
holding on to a grudge.
Yep.
It really, more often than not, hurts the person holding it more
Mhm.
than the person who caused the harm.
Mhm. Right. Exactly. Yes, that is very true. And I think that's the hardest part of forgiveness because it's not necessarily forgetting,
Hmm.
but it really is releasing whatever you're
Hmm.
holding on to, releasing that from within yourself
Yeah.
and giving yourself that peace.
And then I'll also say doing the right thing is the only path to a clean slate, so to
Mhm.
speak. So, the only way Christopher was going to start over was to do the right thing and help Nathan, Bill, Georgie, and Rosemary with
Mhm.
the trial, with bringing the transformer.
Mhm. Well said. Absolutely. I completely agree.
So well done to Christopher.
Yes, I was so hoping that's what he would
Yeah.
do, and I was so relieved when he did it.
Yes. What was the Bible verse you think fits this episode the best?
You know, I didn't have a specific one, but I do know that the Bible and God's word, I mean, talks a lot about fear
Hmm.
and people being afraid. And, God does say, do not be afraid. I am with you always. And I absolutely believe that. And we're human, so God knows we're going to experience fear and being afraid. And so that's always been a comfort for me that scripture has talked about that. Yeah.
So I wrote down Micah chapter 6, verse 8. He has always shown you, O mortal, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God.
So good. I love
Yes.
that.
I think it fits very well. So, to act justly, that aligns with the investigation and the trial against Pioneer Electric to right the wrongs done to specifically Benson Hills.
Yeah.
And also with Christopher because he acted justly by bringing the transformer. And then to love mercy speaks to directly Joseph Canfield's struggle to forgive Christopher. And I just think that that part of the verse suggests that while justice is necessary, a person of faith is called to actually love showing mercy, even when it feels undeserved.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And sometimes that's the hardest part, but that's so true. Yeah.
And then to walk humbly, I think that aligns with Lucas and how, he feels challenged to step back from the pride of his office to find what truly makes him happy.
Hmm. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
agree. I love that.
Yes. So I think that's a great way to wrap up that segment. And before we talk just a little bit about the finale of season 13, just a few thoughts. So, going back to the row house scene with Nathan and Elizabeth, I just have to point this out. This is not a criticism to the writers. They have done a fantastic job this season. But if there was anything that I would change, I would probably say what Elizabeth said at the beginning of that scene with LJ going to bed without food because from what Julie said, I don't know a lot about diabetes, but a person that has diabetes cannot go to bed without eating.
Right. That line, I do agree, should have been written with more care and research. And I agree with you. That should have absolutely been changed
Yeah.
to what's correct. Hmm.
Yeah. Actually, I think that was the only thought I had,
Mhm.
not regarding the finale. So, going to looking ahead,
Mhm.
what's to come in the season finale? So, we have the Harvest Festival, which I think is going to be really fun to see. And then from the press photos that have been released, it looks like the cafe is being changed to Minnie's Cafe.
Yes, which is so exciting. I'm so happy
Yeah.
for her. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm happy for the Canfields with that storyline. And Angela is back, so it'll be wonderful to see Vienna.
So good.
Edie is back,
Mhm.
and we see in one of the press photos, Lucas is doing a reprise of a magic trick,
Yes.
which would be
I'm
fun.
excited to see Lucas get back into his card trick
Yeah,
days. Yeah,
that'll be fun.
that's a
Yeah.
fun callback. Yeah.
And Edie's hair is down, might I add.
I mean, Edie is just physically beautiful, but I
Yeah.
cannot wait to see Lucas's reaction when
Yeah,
she comes to town.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miranda looked beautiful in that clip from the finale.
She did. I love seeing her with
Yeah.
her hair down. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe we'll see a kiss between them this season. I don't know. It's hard to say. It might be next season. But I do think that they will likely share how they feel about each other.
Mhm. I hope so. I wouldn't mind a kiss, honestly.
Yeah.
I would really love to see a kiss between Lucas and Edie whenever it happens, but I agree. I hope something between them becomes a little more official.
Yeah. And I'm not sure what is going to happen with Bill and Georgie, as we don't know if Melissa will be back in season 14. I hope she is, but we don't know.
Yeah, I hope so too. I
Yeah.
love Melissa Gilbert and I do enjoy
Yeah.
Georgie. She's great.
Yes, she's great. And then the Coulters and Gwen. So the Benson Hills kids are going back to Benson Hills.
Mhm. Mhm. Gonna miss them.
Gwen and Rupert and all the kids were
Mhm.
great from Benson Hills.
They were.
I really hope specifically Alex comes back in season 14 as Gwen.
I hope she does too. I really hope she does too. She was amazing this season and just really,
Mhm.
I mean, you can tell she really fell in love with the Coulters and they did
Yeah.
too. And so I would love to see her back.
And that
Oh,
sneak peek that Hallmark released is so sweet.
so sweet. It's so sweet. I can't wait to watch it.
And just seeing her get all teary eyed, I'm not going to lie, that made me a little teary eyed too.
Yes, and we saw the clip when she's wearing that pink dress
Yes.
Rosemary gave her, and it's just a full circle
Yeah.
moment. Yeah.
And I love how in that sneak peek, Gwen says, now she doesn't just have a family with her dad, she has two families.
Mhm.
And Lee says, yes, you do.
Yes. Oh, I love them all together so much. I really hope that can continue.
And then going to the big one, Nathan and Elizabeth.
Oh, here we go. One more day, people, and then we can celebrate and move on and move forward. Yes, so, so good. So exciting.
One more day until the ring.
I'm just so excited to see which ring Nathan picked. I can't wait to see which one.
It's going to be beautiful. I know there's been some frustration that we've had to wait so long, and I totally understand that. But I think, as we've been told, especially by Joy, it will be beautiful and it will be worth the wait.
I think it will be beautiful. I have no doubt. Just knowing Nathan and Elizabeth and Aaron and Kevin too as actors, I really believe they really cared about this moment and they know their characters and they're going to make it special. It's not something that they just
Yeah,
kind of threw in or, just like we'll just wing it.
yeah,
No. However it will be, I think there was a lot of care that went into it.
I think so too. And I know there's people that are worried or thinking they're going to get interrupted again. I don't believe that, especially based on what Joy has said. And I will say it again. These are her words. We're not going to pull the rug from you. We're not withholding anything. They've been interrupted a lot, and we're not going to interrupt them again in the last episode.
Mhm. Correct. Correct. I do appreciate how she told us that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they're not going to get interrupted, and it's not going to be the cliffhanger. I just don't see it.
I don't think it's going to be the cliffhanger either,
Mm-mm.
based on certain sneak peek clips that we've seen briefly. I don't think it'll be the cliffhanger. I really don't. It might happen toward the end of the episode, yes, but I don't think it'll be the cliffhanger.
Mm-mm. If anything related to Nathan and Elizabeth is the cliffhanger, I think it's going to be something like they go to elope and then fade out, end of season.
I hope so. I really hope that's what the cliffhanger is. I would love the cliffhanger to
Yeah.
be Elizabeth saying, "Let's just get married." And
Yeah.
then you can tell they go off, they ride off, they're gonna go do something. I would love that.
Yes. Like they go to elope and then, for example, Abigail shows up.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. I would love that. Yes, I would love that even more. Elizabeth saying, "Let's just go elope. Let's just go find Bill. Let's just go to his office." And then they're on
Yeah.
their way and they get into town and who's there?
Abigail.
Abigail. I would love that. I would love
Yes.
that. Because then it would be like two kind of exciting shocks, like two gasps. Like
Hmm.
they're going off to get married and Abigail's back.
Or they decide to go elope. They go back to the row houses to, get whatever they need
Yeah.
to elope. And then boom, Abigail is at the row house.
Hmm. Yes, yes. I love that. Like she's at Elizabeth's house
Yes.
just waiting for them to get back. Yes, that would make sense because that's
Yeah.
probably the first place she would go unless she goes to Henry's first, but I would think the first place she would go would be Elizabeth's.
Yes.
Oh,
Like she's standing there waiting on the steps, like Charlotte was waiting on the steps in episode 9.
yes, that would be great. And the whole family comes up and just I think that would be good.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful. And I feel like it's going to be just Nathan and Elizabeth for the proposal. And the family walk will be after that. Now, whether the kids know at the start of that walk, I'm not sure. Like they could tell them at the end of that walk, or they could already know, before they start the walk, if that makes sense.
That totally makes sense. It totally makes sense. And this could very well be like the next day because what everyone's wearing, the outfits are different.
Different.
And maybe it's during a journal entry that Elizabeth is writing, kind
Yeah.
of wrapping up everything and talking about, moving
Mhm.
forward with Nathan and
Yeah.
moving forward with the family. So maybe it's like a montage, like it's her
Yeah.
journal entry and we hear her voiceover and they're walking.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
many possibilities, but
Yes.
it'll be so
Yeah.
beautiful.
The proposal and engagement is not going to be in a montage, but I could see the family walk being in a montage.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I've been excited for it for so long, but I don't think it's really hit me yet. Like, oh my goodness, it's actually officially going to happen.
Like,
Because I think for me personally, I mean, I've always considered Nathan and Elizabeth engaged,
yeah.
basically, just not officially. So yeah, I think it's been such a long time coming that I don't think it's fully hit me. Like, it really is going to happen. It really is going to be official.
Like, we are one day away.
I know. I know.
What?
I know. I know. Crazy, but also finally. And I'm so excited and I can't wait to watch it.
Now, granted, I binge watched the early seasons of When Calls the Heart. So while, yes, I was excited about Jack and Elizabeth's engagement, you
Yeah.
know, watching, the journey up to that point,
Yeah.
I'm even more excited for Nathan and Elizabeth's proposal and engagement than I was for Jack and Elizabeth's.
Yes. Yes. Me too. Me too. And same for me, girl. I watched seasons 1 through 4 when they were on Netflix. That's when I watched
Yes.
all of them. And so I knew just from spoilers and
Mm-hmm.
promos and previews, I knew about the engagement and the
Yes.
wedding. So for me, it was more like getting to that episode so
Mm-hmm.
I could finally watch it for myself. It was like that sort of
Yeah.
anticipation. Like, okay, got through season 1. Now season 2. Like, but yes. So I agree. I'm so much more excited for this
Yeah.
proposal.
Where do you think it's going to be?
I did say this earlier this week, and you and I were having
Yeah.
conversations. And I did say, I don't care where it is. I do care a little bit. I just hope it's not in the street. Just because
Yeah.
location-wise, that's where Lucas did it, and I would like it to be somewhere else for Elizabeth and Nathan. So really have it anywhere else. I'm always kind of imagined it kind of in the field somewhere because they've had a lot of those moments just in nature. And so I hope, really truly what I hope is I hope that it's in a place that we've never had an engagement before. That's
Yeah.
my, I don't want it to be a repeat location,
Yeah.
but if it is, I'll get past it. I will still be so excited, and
Yeah.
I won't let that get to me because
Yes.
I'll just be wanting to celebrate that they're even engaged. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
You.
It's hard to say
Yeah.
where I think it'll actually be. I
Mhm.
mean, there's always a chance it could be at the water tower. I mean, that would not be my preference, although I know that no matter where it is, it'll be beautiful.
True. Yes.
Now, I don't mean this in a negative way, but I would not put it past Hallmark to show a short clip of the beginning of the proposal because they did it in season 9 with Lucas,
Mhm.
literally getting on bended knee.
They did. They did. And they also did the same thing with Elizabeth and Nathan's first kiss,
They did.
right? Like right before they
They
actually,
did.
they show their faces coming. So I thought of that same thing. I thought, oh goodness, we've seen this before. But really, I know to me, it's going to be the words
Yeah.
that are said
Yes.
and the moment. And I don't think I'm going to be focused on, physically where it is.
No, the location really shouldn't matter.
Mm. Because that's the beauty of Nathan and Elizabeth that we all know, right? Like really, I think we all believe that wherever it happens, it's going to be beautiful. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the beauty of their relationship is it doesn't have to be in this grand spot.
Yeah.
It can be
Yeah.
anywhere and it'll be emotional and beautiful and exciting.
Yeah. But they could surprise us and have the proposal engagement in a different location that we didn't see in the promo.
For sure. Yeah, and we saw in the promo, Nathan says to Elizabeth, "Let's take a walk." And we see he and Allie give each other that look of, "Okay, I'm gonna do it." And she's so excited. So I was trying to think, okay, where does Nathan like to walk? Like, if he wants to go on a walk with Elizabeth, like, where is his walk of
Yeah.
choice? Like I don't really know. Where does Nathan like to walk?
I don't
We've
know.
seen him walk a lot in town. I'm just thinking like, where is Nathan like, I don't know, where is he
Yeah.
where would he want to go for a
Yeah.
walk?
And I do think the holding the rope and what Kevin said is terrifying. I am almost certain that is LJ, and they are hoisting him up so that he can be like a hawk.
Yeah. I think so too. I agree with you.
And that fits with what Jada's teaser word for the end of the season is, which is bird.
Yes. Totally fits. I agree.
Yeah, I'm so excited for the proposal and
So excited. I can't wait.
Allie and LJ just seeing their reactions.
Yes, I'm excited for that too. Oh, I can't wait to celebrate and talk about it and just
Yes,
scream about it.
yes,
I'm so excited.
it's happening. It's happening.
It's happening. It's happening. Are we ready?
Different scenario, but I think we're all going to be like Oliver in The Impossible Dream when he and Norman are at the restaurant and Shane comes and then they're interrupted by Steve and he can't decide whether to sit or stand.
Right. It's I don't know what to do physically. I'm just all over the place. Just
He's fixing the button on
yeah.
his coat.
Oh my goodness.
We're up or down. We're up or down.
Yeah, I can't sit still. Just yep. Don't know what to do with myself. So true.
And one more thing before we wrap up about the proposal. I think we've already said it once or twice in this episode. I know that we wanted the proposal and engagement earlier, but I do think that they probably saved the proposal and engagement for episode 12 for a reason, because Kristen Lehman is directing and she is fantastic. And I can totally see her just making the proposal a beautiful, scenic moment wherever it is.
I can too. She's directed gorgeous episodes and it's going to be beautiful. She's going to make something beautiful out of it.
Yes, she will. And for any of you who don't remember, she directed the Danny and Diane episode.
And that was amazing. Love that
Yeah.
episode.
And I'm going to put this request in now in case the elopement wedding for Nathan and Elizabeth is not until season 14. If it is in season 14, can Elise Fleet Rogers please direct the elopement or wedding?
Please. That would be amazing. She would do such a good job with that.
Yes, she really would. I think it is going to be a wonderful season finale, and I am so grateful that we already know about season 14.
Me too. Me too. So thankful.
All right, Hearties. Well, I think that concludes our review of When Calls the Heart, season 13, episode 11. If you enjoyed this episode and are watching on YouTube, you can like this video and share your thoughts about the episode and any predictions for the finale in the comments. If you are listening on Spotify, make sure to rate and review, as your feedback is always greatly appreciated. If you want to stay up to date on all of our When Calls the Heart reviews and any interviews, you can subscribe to this channel on YouTube and follow along on Spotify, and make sure to hit the bell so you are alerted when those new episodes are posted. You can also find the podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Swing My Heart Podcast, and Twitter at Swing My Heart Pod. And you can find Brennan on Instagram at West Hardy and Rom_Com Love. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. Make sure to tune in to the When Calls the Heart season 13 finale tomorrow night at 8/7 Central. And be sure to check out the prequel series to When Calls the Heart, Hope Valley 1874, streaming now on Hallmark Plus. And we will see you next week for our review of the season 13 finale. We love y'all. Bye.
Bye.